Hey, Facebook. Second live stream for today. Oh my God. I've got so much to say. And I just come down to the park to do some stuff, and I must have a sign on my head that says, "Weirdos, come talk to me." Because that's what's been going on for the last 10 minutes. And I'm like trying to sit here minding my own business, earphones in. Anyway, I want to talk about a couple of things today. So if you missed my first video today, we talk about fantasy versus reality and the concept of trying. And I just went and got a sandwich, toasted sandwich from my local cafe, and then went and got my decaf, my strong decaf almond latte. And I think there was a rep in there, and we were having this conversation around, I don't know, they were talking about how many ounces are in the cup, and then it's not really the ounces in the cup. And anyway, they lost me with all the numbers, right? I was like, oh, I don't care. I just care if the coffee is good or if it is not, right? And yesterday I went for a bike ride. I've been going for a bike ride quite often, actually. Yesterday and today. And yesterday I went for a bike ride down to, I think it's Aspendale, to this coffee shop. And I ordered the same coffee and, well, decaf, right? Those of you who aren't up with the jig, it's nearly 3 months actually since I've not drank coffee. And if you've known me quite a while, you will know that I absolutely am a very big coffee advocate. Until I stopped drinking coffee and I realized how much more energy I have without it. And now I will never go back to it. However, I do really enjoy the experience. And, you know, I love getting a coffee. It's very Sex and the City. It's very like, I just love the experience. I'm a very big experience woman. So we were having this conversation, right? This cost me $5.50 at my normal cafe. And then yesterday when I went down and sat at this other cafe, I ordered the same thing. And they asked me for $7.20. And I was like, huh? What the hell? And look, I wanted to tie in with this conversation around what is expensive, right? Because $7.20 was like, what the fuck? Like, that's a expensive cup of coffee, right? But I would have no issues paying for it if I knew it was a bloody good coffee. Like, right? Oh, coffee decaf, you know what I'm talking about, right? Doesn't matter, either or. I would have no problems paying for it if I knew it was going to be a great experience for me. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because, you know, we talk a lot about like what is expensive. And I don't really think there is. It depends on the person and it depends on you, really. Like, what is expensive to you? And like in the case of my decaf coffee and my experience in coming off coffee, right? What's more expensive? Like cups of coffee or my health feeling like it's deteriorating and I'm super tired and my adrenals are drained and my eyes are burning and, right? That was the cost of continuing to drink coffee for me. It wasn't just coffee, by the way. It wasn't just coffee. That was the reason for my adrenals. It wasn't just coffee. Say hi as you jump on. Let me know that you're here. It wasn't just coffee, but coffee was definitely a stimulant. That stimulant was obviously asking my adrenals to produce more energy, adrenaline. And yeah, my body was like, no fucking way. Like, we are done. We are cooked. So ever since coming off coffee, I feel absolutely freaking amazing. Never will go back. Don't need a stimulant. The thought of it makes me feel like it might be like, I was going to say like crack. I've never had crack, but there's this joke that goes on at the kebab shop where they have like these chips with this salt, and he described it as crack cocaine. And that's literally what it's like, because when you have one chip, oh my God, it's like you cannot stop. You literally cannot stop. It's in Keysborough. If ever you're in Melbourne, Victoria, there is a shop in Keysborough. Let me know and I will hook you up. The hot chips are insane. Anyway, that's where that concept come from. I feel like it might be like crack cocaine if I were to have a coffee again, right? I feel like it'd just be like drugs. Anyway, so that was a little random and off topic. So coming back to like things being expensive, yeah? And I have been playing around, or I guess, you know, I've been in the online game for a while. I've been in business for a long time. And lately I made some decisions around, you know, no longer having some free shit open. Hey, hi, Brennan, how are you? Around free shit, right? And this comes from my own experience because, I mean, if you're definitely called to run some free stuff, definitely do. But if you're, you know, if you're feeling it, if it doesn't feel aligned to you, just don't do it. If it does, do, right? But for me, this year and, you know, over my years, I've run a lot of free stuff online. And even when I do free stuff myself, right? When I've been that person who opts in for shit, when I've been that person who's like, oh my God, get the free download, get this, get that. And even for yourself, just check in to, you know, how much shit do you opt in for free, right? And is it really valuable to you? Do you really use it? Do you pay attention? Do you absorb it? Like, how valuable is that for you? How valuable is that for you? And for me, shit for free, sometimes, like, I don't know, it would depend on the circumstance, but for the most part, like, free shit doesn't appeal to me at all. I can't tell you how many people I have, like, you know, I add some people on Instagram, or maybe it might be on Facebook, and straight away they're in my inbox, like, offering me free shit. And I'm just like, I don't want the free shit. I don't want the free shit. If I want your shit, I'm going to pay for it, right? And I know through my own experience in charging, like in offering free stuff, and then when charging it, right, because it's dependent on the person. Like, what's expensive to me may not be expensive to you, right? And there are some periods in my life where things have been expensive, or they've felt expensive when it's $100. And there has been other times where, like, you know, with the coaching experience, the most I've invested in one hit is $50,000. And, you know, that was $50,000 that I didn't really have. I just knew that I was going to make it somehow, you know, because that's what I do. If I want something, I find the money to buy it, right? And I'm sure this is what you guys do as well. Like, if something's important to you, if you value something, if you really want to do something and you feel called to do it, and you know that when you feel a calling, you know that that is like your soul alignment. Like, that's when you are true, like, you're on point, yeah? When you're feeling called to do something, right? And then you find out the investment. For me, if I'm feeling called to do it, like, I will find a way to do it. I will make it happen, even if I don't know how that will happen. I always have, always will, right? And it's because I value it, right? If it's something that is really valuable to me, I'm going to spend the money, whether it's $50 or $500,000, right? If it's valuable to you, you will find the money. And this is in my experience, like, usually when things are cheap, I don't know, how invested am I? I mean, I've done lots of little programs that are like a couple $100, whatever. Did I show up as much as I did when I invested the $50,000 for coaching? Not at all, because my life wasn't depending on it at the time. And, you know, this is, I guess you could try this on as a, when you next go to buy something, right? I'm not saying that you need to go spend $50,000. I'm not saying just because it's expensive, that's the only reason that you'll show up and do it. But, like, how serious are you about the things that you invest in, or the things that you spend your money on, right? And that's a great way that you can check in with yourself. Is like, would you put your money where your mouth is? Like, is that, like, and this brings it back to, what's the intention behind what it is that you're doing, right? What is the intention behind what it is that you're doing? And usually when you feel called to it and your intention, like, you're aligned with your intention, the price doesn't matter, right? And your first reaction is like, fuck, that's expensive, or maybe it is, but, you know, you've got to kind of navigate your way in that. And I feel like I'm kind of digressing. But anyway, my point of what I'm trying to say is you decide what's expensive to you, right? But what I would love to invite you to consider today is what is the value of that to you, right? And what is really, what's really expensive? There have been many times in my life where being expensive has been staying where I am, right? It costs me more. It costs me my happiness, my joy, my fulfillment, my freedom, my everything, right? And this is what happened, actually, for me the very first time that I did invest that amount of money in a coach. I had the job, the life, the partner, the home. The next step was like get engaged. The next step was this, and suburban kind of life. It's what all my school girlfriends were doing, and all of that. And for me, I was trying it on. I was trying, and it just didn't really sit well. It didn't fit. It didn't feel great, and I was just kind of like, "Is this it?" And I think I was earning about $3,000 to $4,000 a week back then. Had an employee who I was mentoring in my business. I was working something like 6 hours a week, and then I was just fucking miserable, really. And the cost of me staying where I was, I really needed some support navigating that. I worked with that woman for a year, and I changed my fucking life. If you've known me that long, you will know of the experience. But within 3 months, I moved into the city, left my relationship, left where I was living, left it all there, moved into the city, launched a retreat, filled the retreat, went overseas, took myself to Athens and Santorini for my 30th birthday. Had this beautiful romantic fling with a guy that looked like The Rock. And I stayed with my coach at the time for 2 weeks in Cyprus in Greece. And it was just like the most amazing experience of my life, right? But I felt called for that. Like, I knew that was for me, and I didn't question it, right? I followed the calling, I trusted myself, I backed myself, and I knew for me that was going to change my life. Like, there was like certainty, conviction in that decision. And I think sometimes, where we get caught up is we don't think about the intention behind some of the things that we're doing. We think that we should do that. Or, I'm sure in many people's cases, it has been me a couple of times where I believed that the person that I'm working with or the thing that I'm going to invest in is the thing that's going to change everything, which actually, never happened because you're attaching to the thing that you're investing in, right? And everything is always determined by how you show up. I can't see who's on live. Like, I can see some thumbs coming up. So thanks for joining me if you're listening. It tells me absolutely nobody is on and I'm talking to myself. It's just lucky that I love my own company. So this is fantastic. And again, we've got like people circling me and talking while I am currently on video, which is awesome. So anyway, I did want to talk about Committed, which is actually a 1-month program coming up, or 30 days, where we go all in showing up for 30 days for yourself in your business, for you and in your business. It can be either or both. And it's going to be fucking insane, and we're going to start it in the first week of January. So I don't have any like imagery or any other details other than that. I just know that this is going to change your life, and you're going to start 2022 with an absolute bang. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. I'm going to be talking about it more over the next couple of weeks, couple of days. And thanks for listening. I realized I talked about quite a few different things there, but just, I guess, to wrap it up, when, really thinking about what's expensive to you, think about what it is that you actually really value. Pay attention to where you feel called, and ask yourself, where is the intention behind that? What's my intention behind this, right? And what is the cost of not following through on that? What is the cost on not following through on my calling? Right? Is it staying where you are? Is staying where you are more painful than actually stretching yourself, growing and moving forward? I don't know. You decide. I don't have the answers for you. You have the answers, right? Also, that was it. Committed that, wrapping it up. I can see some people have just joined me now. I've been talking for a while, 15 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up now. Please do watch it back. If you're interested in Committed, please let me know. Those of you who are interested in knowing more about like what went on with my body in terms of, because there is a lot I can speak to on that actually, and that's what I spent most of this year doing, right, is like taking care of myself, looking after my health, healing my gut, all of that. So I can talk on that topic as well. All right, that's it. I'll see you soon. Bye.